Venus enters the beautiful, charming, and sensual Taurus on Saturday, May 28th, and until June 22nd, our social and romantic lives will be blessed with more joy and harmony. Time to get excited. Let's take a look and break it down for all 12 signs. My name is Anastasia. I'm a traditional Western astrologer specializing in relationship, predictive, and natal astrology. If you'd like to book a reading with me, check out the link down below. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave me a like or a comment. I appreciate all of the support that I get from you guys. So Venus is the planet of love, beauty, desire, attraction. It deals with drawing things our way as well as making us attractive, making us good at attracting things. And it's kind of like the glue that holds things together. Venus has the power to bring people into our life and things into our life that normally maybe wouldn't come into our life. It's the opposite of Mars in a lot of ways, right? It's about putting things together, while Mars can be about taking things apart. And placed in any sign other than the signs that Venus rules, Libra and Taurus, Venus has to deal with that planet that rules that sign. If you listen to my video about Mars entering Aries, I sort of talked about the same thing with Mars. But in Taurus, Venus is just free to give the love and the joy and the harmony to us all. So that's why it's super exciting. Whichever house has Taurus in your chart, you can expect blessings there. You can expect more. And just in general, like even outside of that house, the relationships will be easier. For a while, we had Venus in Aries, the realm of Mars, and you may have noticed that your relationships were, there may have been a bit more anger and aggression and self-expression and being like, but I want this, but I want that. Now you tend to harmonize a lot more. It's funny, but the moment I started filming this video, the sun showed up, and before it was like dark and gloomy outside. But just the fact that I'm talking about Venus, you know, it starts to look better. Let's hope it lasts, at least for the time that I'm talking about Venus. So Venus in Taurus is at home. It's free, it's happy, it's giving us love, beauty, and peace. It's able to problem solve better. So if you dealt with any relationship issues, things may smooth over naturally. And it helps considering that currently we also have Jupiter and Mars in Aries, creating friction, being self-driven, being goal-oriented. So until June 22nd, we definitely have a little bit of that softer touch that maybe somewhere in your chart, the Aries sector, you're more like go, go, go. But right now, from the 28th of May until 22nd of June, you will be able to like at least have more ability to find joy and more ability to harmonize things in the sector that is ruled by Taurus. And I'll take it through I'll talk about it for all 12 rising signs. So Taurus is the yin domicile of Venus, yin home of Venus versus Libra. The main difference between Taurus and Libra is that Taurus being yin, kind of like my teacher Austin Kopak used to talk about it, is like Taurus makes a dent in the ground and waits for all the goodies to slide down. Versus Libra would go out there and would like make a party and have people show up and like create things. Taurus is a bit more like, here I am, I'm worthy of all of this goodness, so come my way. And it works for them. It clearly works for them. There is fixity to Taurus. It's a fixed earth sign. Being earth, it's very sensual, very tactile, very like possessive sometimes, right? Like being Taurus is fixed, so they spend a lot of energy working on things that they like. They spend a lot of energy on their aesthetics. They spend a lot of energy on their relationships, family. Like, you know, it might seem kind of easy and effortless. Well, in reality, they do put a lot of effort into holding on to things that they care about. And so the shadow side of this Venus and Taurus energy might be the danger of being too possessive with people in our life. The challenge of like trying to hold on too tightly, trying to see them as objects, not trying, but like ended up seeing them as objects, right? As a Virgo, I have a lot of experience dating Taurus men, and it's just, yeah, like sometimes it's like, you're not the boss of me, I'm the boss of me. So make sure you know that as much as you want to help people and as much as you think that you know what's good for them, they are their own bosses. So let them do their thing. But fixed sign, so it's good to pursue things that we're interested in. It's good to like work steadily and productively and be dependable and focus on the long term. And also add beauty into your work. Like you tend to approach things, especially if it's like, if you're a Sag rising and Taurus is your 6th house, you will really try to bring more beauty into your daily life. But even if you're not, you know, like anyone will possibly be more like, you know, we've been in Taurus season, so now we get more Taurus. It's like Taurus season continues until June 22nd. Hooray. But there might be more like hunger for good food, good times, love, sex. Kind of like sex might become like slower, more sensual, versus like with Venus and Aries, it's more like quick, right? And passionate, but like it's just like passion bursts and then quiets down and then it bursts again, like because Aries is very much like a spark. Taurus is like a solid energy. More creativity, great time for creativity, possibly finding inspiration in the arms of your partner, in nature, in seeing art. So great time to go to a museum, spend time in nature for sure, like I said, but even you may even be inspired by the piece of food that you ate. Maybe you eat a peach and it's just like, mwah, amazing peach, and then you're called to talk about it. And yeah, be careful being too rigid, too stubborn. Yet it's also likely that you will be more patient. So there's good and bad, as it is with every sign. Some people who have this placement, just so you can see it show up in them, Princess Diana had Venus in Taurus, and she's so beautiful and so like, you know, she had the kids and she's known as a good mother, and sadly didn't live for too long, but she's very much super stylish and super beautiful looking. And another example is Prince. He's known for his style, and I think he's also known for being like a little bit too controlling sometimes. Lana Del Rey has this placement too, and she's very, as you know, she's a Cancer, but she has that like soft Taurus energy too, I think. So let's take a look at each sign and do a quick rundown of what you may expect. And please, you know, comment in the comments if this resonates, if you're excited for it, what's happening in your life. I'd love to know. So for Aries rising, Venus goes into your 2nd house, and Venus and Taurus in the 2nd house, right? Like you might spend more money on beauty products. You might schedule like, I don't know, Botox, facial. You may go shopping. There's just more desire to bring beauty into your life and spend money on beauty. You may like want to slow down a little bit. Of course, you know, there's Aries action in your 1st house, and maybe you're like jetting around and traveling around, but you make sure that you slow down and you spend some money on like a massage. So, yeah, like good financial things. There might also be people bringing you opportunities, or people giving you gifts, or you giving gifts. Like this is likely the time when you're more generous. Collaborations with others can prove fruitful. There might be returns on investments, definitely good financial energy. And if you're like taking risks, or if you're spending money on something, let's say you buy a piece of art, this piece of art might end up going up in value, and like a few years from now when you decide to sell it, maybe you actually make money on it, versus, you know, the normal inflation and normally things just losing value. For Taurus rising, Venus enters your first house. This is probably the most charming you are all year because it's Venus in rulership in your first house of identity. You're so good at drawing things in. You're so attractive and appealing. And, you know, if you're single, great time for a relationship. If you're not, maybe you go travel with your partner and maybe you have a romantic time. It's going to be harder for other people to say no to you, and it's going to be hard for you to say no to yourself too. So be careful to not overindulge, to not kind of like, you know, overdo it with sweets or things that aren't good for you, like drugs and other unhealthy substances. You may also be, like, similarly to Aries rising, getting gifts from other people. When Venus was in Libra, for me as a Libra rising last year, I got like this email about a free trial of a coffee subscription. So I was like going in and getting free coffee every day. So watch out for these like little things, and possibly also opportunities to socialize, and great time. Wait for Mercury to stop being retrograde June 3rd. From June 3rd until June 22nd, lovely time to like any beauty procedures, any shopping, changes to your healthcare or face skincare routine. And lovely time also to collaborate with others, to ask other people for help and support to your projects. Gemini rising gets Venus in the 12th house. It's a strong Venus, but 12th house is, you know, a complicated place. Not every house has high, low vibration. It's not like just dark. But with Venus in the 12th house, your love life kind of hides. There might be a sense of like more action is happening behind the scenes. Watch out for getting in relationships that are behind the scenes because they're not good for you. Like this could be a love affair kind of situation. Or, you know, maybe you are just very private. Maybe you have romance that nobody knows about because you want to see where it's going. If you're single and, you know, you may feel more dissatisfied about your love life, but this could be lovely for examining your patterns and maybe certain unhealthy habits when it comes to dating. Great time for talking about relationships and therapy. You're likely to have more insights into why you do certain things or why you choose certain people, and your imagination is likely to be stronger. Of course, you know, the relationship hasn't been going so well. Venus in the 12th house might bring an ending to it. But if you are in a solid relationship and everything is fine, it's likely just going to show up as like more behind the scenes, hush hush. Maybe you're like experimenting with doing open marriage or something and nobody knows about, but like you're just living a life behind the scenes. For Cancer rising, Venus enters 11th house, and you are drawn to find people that have the same sensibilities, the same interests, people that share your view on the world. More socializing, you seek people out. It's not a quiet time for you like it is for Gemini rising. You're definitely a lot more social, a lot more commotion is in your network. Maybe you're like, you know, hanging out with people. Maybe you're making people join together. You can be a lovely like peacemaker right now, someone who solves problems between friends. And romantically, because Venus always represents romance, you may start dating someone who is a friend or used to be a friend. Of course, because 11th house is very much friendship house. The relationship you start now might be more of a friendship, which, you know, that could be good too, but like watch out for it being kind of colder and detached. I don't really see like Taurus Venus bringing you a cold relationship. I think there's still gonna be like some sensuality to it. But yeah, great time for working with others, being on social media. Social media might see you as more charming. There might be more opportunities, more recognition for that kind of stuff. For Leo rising, Venus goes in the 10th house, and you are well received on your job. You get along with your bosses, you are appreciated, you are recognized. You may even get a bonus of some kind, even if it's not like a literal bonus, like a financial bonus. You may get a gift basket from your boss, for example, or some kind of other recognition of your work. Meeting people through the job or at the job is also quite likely with this transit. Like, you know, if you work at a coffee shop, maybe you get someone comes in and they ask you out. Of course, be careful of dating a colleague if, you know, if it's frowned upon, or, I mean, I've done it in the past. That's why I'm saying be careful, but like it could be, just be careful when it comes to like, you know, what if it doesn't work out and then you have to work with them? It's just like always a little bit tricky. But I think you also, this is very much the time when you can be the most creative at your job and take some kind of artistic freedoms and do things differently. And it's likely that people will enjoy it and they will approve of it. For Virgo rising, Venus is in the 9th house, and a romance with a foreigner is a possibility, or a trip. Like Venus in the 9th just very much loves unusual people and like loves things that are not kind of common for you, because, you know, 3rd house is very much our local environment. 9th house is faraway lands, faraway education, higher education, things that we don't easily get access to. So with this Venus, you may desire to expand your life somehow. You may find things that are unique, different cultures, trips to different places. They will be more attractive and more appealing to you. And of course, you know, meeting someone while you're traveling, starting to date someone who's foreign, dating a teacher is also a possibility. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, like, you know, there's kind of like expansion, and you are excited about expanding your world. Maybe you're taking on a class, maybe you're learning about Tantra or some kind of like sexual education is a possibility with Venus here too. And anything that allows you, like, I don't know, taking classes, learning foreign language, going to a museum, just make sure you're adding some kind of new things into your life. For Libra rising, Venus is in the 8th house. This could be, all of it is quite lovely, right? Like Venus in the house of shared resources is a good thing. Just fixing my dress. So yeah, Venus in the 8th house is your partner's money. So your partner might be getting a bonus, financial, some kind of gains coming to you from the partner, gains coming to you from other people, opportunities coming to you from other people. It's very much right now for Libra risings, like people bring you things. You don't necessarily have to work extra hard. I think I just saw a message from a Libra rising client that he like got promoted, or he got a pay raise like out of the blue. So there might be, with Venus in the 8th, there might be opportunities to pay off debts, more money coming to you, more work with clients, more collaborations, and like joy in collaborations. 8th house also deals with healing, and sometimes relationships in the 8th house can be a little bit turbulent. Like if you have natally your Venus in the 8th house, you may just be drawn to relationships that are more complex. So be careful. There might be, you know, there might be an opportunity for you to heal and let go of something, like maybe an old attachment to the kind of relationship that you used to be attached to. And while you are healing, there might be things that you first have to experience, right? Like maybe there's like another person showing up that makes you feel all warm inside, and then you realize that, hey, this is the old pattern. So be careful there. Try to choose relationships that are healthy for you. But I also see you like making investments and hearing good news when it comes to loans, debts, taxes. For Scorpio risings, this is super romantic. Similarly to Cap risings, Venus is in your 7th house. And this is so Venusian, right? Like Venus is about harmony, about other people, bringing things together. 7th house is marriage and partnerships. So positive vibes when it comes to romance, when it comes to your marriage, more dates, more exciting opportunities to see other people, more opportunities to collaborate, perhaps. And you seek commitment. That's very much Venus and Taurus. Long-term, steady, serious, long-lasting relationships. And Venus will possibly bring you that. Venus in the 7th can also be really great for your partner too, as in like them having a good period in their life, them receiving some kind of gift, and like their life kind of being better. And you may be more focused on the looks than normal. Maybe you're like encouraging your partner to, you know, take care of themselves, or you go out and get a massage together with your partner, or like, yeah, like schedule some kind of fun activity together. Dates are also especially enjoyable at this time. So make sure you're not sitting at home, or if you are single and have no desire to date, schedule a date with your best friend. For Sag rising, Venus is in your 6th house, and this is the time to bring beauty into your daily life. 6th house is very much mundane, routine, problem solving, serving others, and like Venus here will improve your service life. Like it will improve your daily routines. Like if you've been, you know, if you've been having any difficulties with people at work, Venus in the 6th will likely smooth it over. Anyone who works under you, any colleagues, you can establish more harmonious relationships with them. A possibility of like romance with a colleague, or doing something with your partner that is kind of, you know, like maybe you start to run more errands with them. It's getting warm outside, and your relationship, because Venus in the 6th house is not the most romantic usually. She serves and she takes care of things, and you will as a partner by helping others, by making sure, you know, you fill your partner's car tank with gas, or you help them do their taxes, or you do their laundry. So Venus will kind of serve others like that. And because maybe, you know, because it's a relationship planet, maybe you just start doing those things for each other, or doing those things together. Be careful overindulging, overeating sugary things and sweet things, because while Venus wants to improve, she's also just kind of chill. She's like, sure, you know, do it, eat whatever you want. So especially if you have any like issues with sugar, try to be more careful. And you may not be the most excited about routine kind of work, but you can also much easier ask other people to chip in and help you, and maybe you achieve things as a team. For Capricorn rising, Venus goes in the 5th house, and this together for Scorpio risings and Capricorn risings, this is just lovely. Venus is in its joy in the 5th house. 5th house is the place of fun. It's the place of sex and romance and painting and dancing and singing. So Venus comes here and it's like goodness all around. So you may receive more opportunities to have fun. It might be easier for you to attract relationships, but it's also likely that you're not like actively going out there. It might be that they're just coming to you, because it's Venus and Taurus. So it's just like, you know, go out, sit on your porch and smile, and someone will pass by and be like, ooh, she just touched my soul and my heart. So this is a possibility. Romantic relationships can flourish at this time, and maybe you're going out with your partner, doing fun things, painting, having like, I don't know, doing whatever they were doing in Ghosts when they were like making, the words escape me, but you know that scene when it's like she's making pottery and he's behind her, and it's like sexy romantic times. So yeah, definitely good for romance, definitely good for sexual exploration, fun. Make sure that you're like not overdoing it, as always, you know, not overindulging, because Venus in the 5th can definitely just be too focused on the pleasures of the senses. Helpful for fertility, helpful for relationships with children, really great for creative projects. So if you are a creative individual and you're like, whatever, don't care about romance and sex and all of that kind of stuff, maybe it's about creativity. Maybe you feel more inspired and more kind of fired up about the new projects and new ideas, and you're just like creating things left and right. For Aqua rising, Venus enters your 4th house, and this is the place of home and family. Expect easier relationships with family members, more fun in the home. You seek more comfort. You may be just enjoying spending time under your favorite blanket more, or you're beautifying your home. There's some kind of like, you know, you're buying flowers for yourself. I don't really have Venus in my 4th house right now, but I do love buying flowers for myself. Yeah, so like kind of, you know, you're valuing aesthetics, you're trying to bring more beauty into the home. You may be working from home or figuring out how to create a home office, because basically the goal is, and even romantic stuff can be happening behind the scenes. Like maybe your love life speeds up, but it's not that you're going out and the world sees you, but there's just like more action in your immediate environment, in your place. But very much good time for feeling comfortable and secure, and maybe making changes related to property and home and family matters in order to bring more comfort into your life. And if you are Pisces rising, Venus is about to enter your 3rd house. So Venus in the 3rd is wonderful for socializing. You are more cheerful, more friendly, more supportive and supported by your neighbors and siblings. Great time for connecting with siblings and, yeah, just kind of feeling like love and support, and maybe both in the family, like when it comes to siblings, but also in your friendships, and kind of, yeah, like recognized for all that you do and you wanting to go out and see more people. There might be benefits coming your way through siblings and neighbors. Like they might, I don't know, help you find a job or send you a client that ends up giving you a high commission. And that's another placement, you know, I think I talked about it for Cancer risings, but like for Pisces risings too, for mediating conflicts and problem solving and bringing people together. And finally, like 3rd house also deals with like technology and communication and expressing yourself. So anywhere where you need to communicate and deal with other people and express yourself on YouTube or in school and in your daily life, in your professional life, you will be more charming. Even you may enjoy singing more because it's like your voice, and Venus wants to express itself through communication and singing. So enjoy this beautiful transit. It's lovely to have it after the eclipse season. I don't know. It totally left many of us, kind of like pulled us, I don't know, on the inside, through the insides, and kind of, I don't know what I'm saying, but it wasn't easy. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope you enjoy this beautiful Venus and Taurus energy. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.